Howdy guys, I just want to come on here and I've talked a little bit about here in comment sections here and there and whatnot about the blades that I use on my X540. I don't know if John Deere commercial zero turns run these same style of blade. I know that the X590 blades won't fit a John Deere commercial Z900 series zero turn. My neighbor had bought a X590 to replace his 540. He sold me his 540. I got it off my neighbor, and he bought a 590 and didn't like it. The deck needed adjusted and whatnot, and he didn't fool with it. He just traded it in on a zero turn. But he had extra blades for his 590 that he ended up keeping, and he figured they would fit his 54-inch zero turn. Well, it turns out they didn't. So anyway, my complaint with these blades is, if you will see here, this is a blade for my 54-inch John Deere X540 garden tractor. And my complaint is, you see how this area right here is curved? See how that's curved? It's not completely flat. The only place that is completely flat is right here where it goes on the spindle. And even on the bottom right here, it's cupped inward to this flat part right here. I think where this is curved, that allows these blades to get tweaked a little bit easier than a perfectly flat blade. I have probably 4 or 5 sets of blades that are barely tweaked, that it harms the cut, and they're tweaked enough that it messes up the cut just enough that I can't really use them. I can get them really good and sharp and maybe go out for 1 day of cutting. Then after that, once they start getting the least bit dull, they're fine. As long as these blades are perfectly fine, perfectly not bent and whatever, they work great. I can cut grass better with dull blades on my John Deere than the Skag Turf Tiger that I demoed. It had dull blades, and my John Deere cuts better. My John Deere tractor cuts better than that Skag ever did. But my complaint with these is the way they're curved like that. And I don't know if I can maybe find a different brand of blade, like for a different brand of mower or whatever that'll fit them. There's a very specific size, very specific bolt hole and everything that takes, that fits on my mower and whatnot. But I despise these blades so much. They cut amazing. I mean, these are like medium lift or low lift blades. I mean, look at that wing. Hardly any wing there. And they cut amazing. They shoot, my X540 shoots out grass and leaves a cleaner cut than any mower that I've ever seen in this area. And a lot of people use the X700 series, which is the next size up. I don't know if their blades are any different than this or not. If they're thicker, maybe bigger hole, whatever, I don't know. But the blades that specifically fit my X540, I hate them. Now let me show you something here. Y'all see that right there? This is my tool chest, wooden top. No rock. Does not rock at all. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 2 whole sets that should be good. I haven't really looked at these lately. This little set is the blades that originally came on my GT235 when I first got it. Now the blades that replaced it, the blades that I put on my GT235, it was set up for bagging when I originally got it. The owner that gave it to me, he said that it came with the bag when he got it, and it was in such bad shape he just threw it away. It still has the double stack pulley on the right side. That spindle was wore out. I had to replace it this year. At the end of the season, I replaced it. But it had a bag and baffle under the deck. It had the mulching blades, whole 9 yards. I got high lift bagging blades aftermarket for that mower, and they are perfectly flat. I mean, right here, you see how this one kind of bends up right here? The GT235 is the same way, but this part is completely flat. This edge, all is completely flat. It's got a big high wing on it. I cannot find such blades for the 540. But I did go ahead and get some Gator blades this year. I didn't use them yet, but I think these are Oregon. And look at that. That's perfectly flat. Perfectly flat top and bottom. But, you know, they're serrated because they're a mulching blade, Gator blade. So I look forward to using these when next fall rolls around. See how good they do. The blades that I used, my standard lift, they work pretty good. But if I barely nick a rock, and it's very easy around here. There's a lot of rocks that are so low to the ground, even if you do see it and you think that you can go over it, that sometimes you can't. I have rocks in my own yard that they're growing. Like literally, rocks grow around here. The ground settles around rocks and they just keep on coming up out of the ground. As stupid as that may sound, that's just the way it is. This whole area where I live at, this whole valley, everybody figures that there's an underground lake around here. I mean, rocks, the ground settles, potholes fall out, everything around here. So there's a number of rocks in my yard that I have to go around now that last year I could mow over. So it's just, and there's a yard across the road from me that I mow, there's a lot of rocks in it. And, you know, you get in a rush, not everybody can, you know, you may try and squeak by something and you may end up hitting it, whatever, you know, shit happens. So, but like I say, I have a lot of blades that I've went through this year. Well, not this year, then since I've owned the 540. Like I say, I probably have 4 or 5 sets that I can't even use. I bought one set of blades that was a damn waste of money. They fit, but I put them on, they fit, I went to mow, and they was hitting each other. And I never did get around to sending them back out, so it's like $50 hit right there, wasted. I may end up just taking a damn grinder to them, the edges of them, trying to knock them back away from each other a little bit and see if they still work or not that way. I'll show you them right now. These are the brand 810. Number 8, T-E-N. It's all one word. It's no space, no dash, no nothing between. The reason I bought these is this space in between here is not so angled like the original John Deere blades. I thought maybe these would be a lot tougher because of that. But this blade don't look like it's been hit very much. Now see right here, I'm not sure if this blade is bent, but look at this. There's a little bit of a gap underneath that cutting edge on both sides, depending on how it's leaning. A good blade, like I just showed you, very, very little, if any, play. That one's just a little bit tweaked, but good enough to still use. Perfectly flat. That one's good. That one's good. So not only do I have a brand new set of blades that are ruined that I can't even return, which is my fault, I never did get around to doing it, to trying to send them back. I left a bad review because they're bad blades. They're from the factory saying they're supposed to fit my mower and they don't. And nothing was ever said, nothing was ever done. Hopefully you all can see that right there. You can tell how big that stack is. And there's the brand new blades. And just every bit of them is bad. I will probably be making another scrap metal run once I get my dumpster trailer built. And I'll probably be taking all of them, especially the ones that are in the worst shape. I may keep one set of ones that are half-assed decent to serve as an absolute backup. I hope the set that I have on right now is practically brand new, very little use. These are in decent shape. Plus I got the mulching blades. Plus if I keep one extra set of junk ones, hopefully I won't have to buy no blades this year at all. This year coming, to the 2021 season. But anyway, that's my rant for John Deere blades. Like I say, I don't know about the commercial zero turns, what kind of blades they use. All I know is what they offer for what I have currently just suck. I don't know if the X700 series uses the same blades or not. If they do, they better be heavier, because if they're similar to these, I don't know honestly if I would even buy a 700 series or a 900 series. Honestly, I probably would, because the cut is just too good to beat. You know, and besides that, I have a local dealer. I have a bad boy dealer that's right in the middle of town. My John Deere dealer is about 30 minutes away, and anything else, there's a Snapper Pro, Skag dealers and whatnot, Ferris, various dealers like that. They're about an hour plus away from me. So it'll probably come down to Bad Boy, Spartan, and John Deere. I've heard a lot of good things about Bad Boy and Spartan, but I'd probably just go with the Deere, well-known brand. I like the mowers. I know the company. They're the dealers. So anyway, that's it for my rant. If anybody that runs John Deere blades or John Deere machines have anything similar to say, or share your experiences or whatever, leave in the comments section below. I appreciate y'all watching. I'll see you later.